Switch ports, are they getting out of hand? Now first up, I'm not just talking about straight ports. I'm talking about anything that's like a remaster or a remake, anything that's considered a re-release of an old game. Secondly, I'm not here to sway your opinion in either way. I'm just here to talk about it and you can make up your own mind. In fact, you know, I don't even know if my mind's made up in this one. I'm a little bit all over the place. You see, I am a gamer, last time I checked, and I love old games. A few times a year, I'll take a trip down memory lane and go back to a classic RPG and replay my childhood. But what happens when the traffic from memory lane hits the Switch highway and we're already in November's peak hour? Well, there's going to be a crash. It's not going to be the AAA Mercedes, it's not going to be the old retro Mustang, it's going to be the new student who's on their learners and it's their first time on the road. This is a problem, and it's up to the console manufacturers to sort their town. And you know, a town with money is a little like a console with all the support. No one knows how they got it, and danged if he knows how to use it. Which reminds me of Steam. Steam was on the rise, it put PCs on the map again. But you know what happened to Steam? Well, they basically got sold the monorail. Look how great our new system is. It's so fast and efficient. Now everyone can get the attention they deserve. You know what happened next in the monorail story? The whole bloody thing just falls apart, and the only people who walk away winners are those with money and fame in the first place. So what are you saying, Eric? Is there a chance the Switch could end? Not in your life, my YouTube friend. I hear these games draw in a crowd. Well, not everything's as bad as Nintendo's cloud. Were these games sent by the devil? No, this is history's highest level. I swear it's Nintendo's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice.
What's it called? Once again!
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Now let's get back on track and back to the past, back to when the Switch had just launched. Saying most folk were worried about the Nintendo Switch taking off would have been an understatement, especially after the Wii U sold like soggy toast, with only a few ducks like myself bothering to get their feet wet. However, to people's amazement, the Switch was selling like hot apple pies. Gamers had realised how much they loved the taste of a hybrid console and couldn't get enough of it. In the Zelda timeline, we would be in the era of prosperity, which comes after the era of chaos. So right now we're somewhere between Skyward Sword and Minish Cap. Almost everything, not just ports, were selling like hot apple pies. Games like SteamWorld Dig 2, Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Curse, Shovel Knight were all putting their games into Nintendo's oven and coming out on fire. And developers had smelt the smoke and wanted to put some of their own flavours on the menu. The problem was, cooking up a game takes time. But you know what takes less time? Ports. We as gamers were hungry for more. Port everything to Switch, we'd say. Or the PETS program, as some are calling it. The developers delivered faster than Domino's. Our favourite games were coming in troves, and just when we were at our weakest, the oven went bing, and the physical copies of indie gems we'd been sold before were laid across the table in front of us. And they looked smoking. Fast forward, it's 2018. The Switch is still red hot, and devs are still putting their games on it. But there's just one problem. There's only so much that can fit into this oven before some of the brightest flames become smothered. And that's me right now. I feel smothered. I feel like there's so many games coming out that I just can't keep up. And it used to be that being a hardcore gamer meant trying to keep up with some of the biggest games that are coming out. At least as many as you could. Obviously you're going to miss some. You can't keep up with everything. But you can still keep up with the majority of the biggest stuff that's coming out. And that's just not the case anymore. Now with so many new games hitting, plus the old returning hits coming for another turn in the limelight, I just can't keep up. October has always been a busy month, so this may sound redundant, but this list I have here is just some of the big games that are releasing in October, like Disgaea 1, The World Ends With You, Dark Souls Remastered, Valkyria Chronicles, Lego Harry Potter Collection. And this doesn't even include the smaller titles like Mark of the Ninja, Guacamelee, Tricky Towers, Child of Light, Art of Balance, Windjammers. I'm getting exhausted just saying this list. And let's add claustrophobic to that because I feel like I am just getting crushed. But wait, you say. Eric, you missed some other really big October games. And why yes, I did, avid subscriber. But every game I just mentioned has one thing in common. They're all ports of old games. This is why I just can't deal with all these ports anymore. I think I could keep up with most of today's big games if I wasn't playing ports. Haha, that's the problem. I'm playing them. So the solution is just don't play them. But it's not that simple. And it's time that we come full circle. I'm a gamer. I love playing old games. And a few times a year, I take a trip down memory lane and replay some of my favourite RPGs. And when you serve them up to me on a platter, let's say like Diablo 3, I just can't help take another stroll down memory lane or the dark alleyways of Diablo 3. Don't feel bad for me, and I don't feel bad for you, because we as gamers, we're spoiled for choice. We have so much to play. It's the developers, they're the ones who are struggling to make ends meet, when everyone else is out there and they're serving up porterhouse. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the porterhouse situation, and remember, like button, subscribe button, you do you, and for everything Nintendo, stay tuned to Nintendo Everything.